So the amazing thing about gold's move is it's the most monetized and noble metal out of, I would say, out of all of them, and it's the most accepted. But once you've had major moves in gold, actually the Chinese market is a fan of the white precious metals for coloring reasons, I'd imagine, and for wearing in terms of jewelry. And if you get a gold platinum valuation that is deeply one-sided, and I'll bring that chart next, but I'll just cover the platinum chart. This was a terrible decade from this event here. It never made the high. This was its last peak moment at about 2,300. As I've said many times before, I've known platinum, I've been around, and it's been a premium to gold. What ended up happening is you had this green agenda, which a lot more people are questioning more vigorously nowadays. Your diesel engines, catalytic convert, diesel bad, everything went palladium. We've shown the chart with platinum and palladium on it. Palladium absolutely mooned during this period and has since sold off with the green agenda. It's having a bit of a capitulation at the same time during this period. And what's happened is you broke out of this falling wedge over here, and then you went straight up into a coiling process. So we were sitting in this a couple of times. We actually got washed out. We had shorts on that tweezer bottom. We got washed out back there on that final, and it's quite common. A market has a flush out on one side before running the other way. And we know that, but we still got caught. It went further than we thought. So we ended up buying back in around here, but we ate some red on that. But we've made it all back and spade since the breakout, and that is typical. This is a big technical breakout, and our core view is you are more than going to surpass the previous high. In fact, I've got insane numbers. If you think gold can go at some point to 20,000 as part of dollar debasement and devaluation, let me tell you, platinum can go 35. It can go back to being near double 80% of gold as it was many times before. So that puts it as a super outlier. Some people have tried to take me on and say silver's more undervalued. And I love silver, and I'm a massive silver bull. So it's like telling me which is your favorite son in effect. But when you put the last 20 years of price behavior between all the metals, and I've done that chart, that zero, they all start from the same point. Platinum was by far, until recently, and still is, and so much catch up to do, the most undervalued. So all the others were higher, and I can tweet that chart out again. I need to do it again, actually, since this big move. But platinum has 100% lagged silver. I think from its all-time high, it's still 52% down. It's at about when I did that chart. That will have changed a little bit. Silver is at, say it's at 36, and its all-time high is 50. It's not quite the same degree of undervaluation for the 20-year period. And just to further hammer that platinum, I suppose, nail home, I want to also show you versus gold, which is, of course, the biggest. The king moves first. He doesn't run fastest. He's the old hand. But if you just have a look at this chart, I'll de-log this. Normally, I say you should be in log scale for long-term charts, but I'm just going to leave that one right there with you on a de-log basis. And that takes you 20 years back, 2005, for platinum's relative valuation. So platinum has been, and I will tell you, my childhood, 80s and 90s, that aren't even being captured here, aren't being reflected, and I was used to it being a lot more valuable than gold. But if you look at it, it's been almost 2.5 times gold by valuation before. If it returns there, where does it go? Well, at current prices, let's say 3,500 again soon for gold. It's probably 3.3 at the moment. But if you go 2.5 times, you're talking 8,500-ish. So it's chronically undervalued. It's currently at 0.39. And we think this is a lengthy trend that will continue to give great great solace to platinum holders. And that fact that it can go to beyond gold, it's a very thin market. So when you get this market right, gaps are all in your favor, generally. Not universally, you can never say anything absolutely about the future, but gaps are generally in your favor. And you're looking at multi-decades devaluation and entirely fundamental economic and industrial use case. This is an incredibly rare metal. And 75% comes from where I'm sitting, South Africa. And the next in the mid-teens is Russia. The rest of the world want platinum. They're buying Russian or South African. Canada, all the others are rounding errors, single digit and rounding errors by comparison. You're talking about 89%. When I talk Southern Africa, South Africa, I'm talking also the lower part of Zimbabwe too. The Southern African, Zimbabwe is about teens as well. So it's huge. It's very narrow. And platinum mines are the greatest unloved of all, because their price has done worse than silver in terms of devaluation. Look at this relative devaluation to gold, and also look at the price. It's done worse. It's much harder to find than silver. You know, some of the biggest silver miners are zinc and copper miners. You just don't get people say, hey, I started a zinc mine and look at all this platinum I'm pulling out. Hey, I started a copper mine and there we go. You just can't get away from it, bumping into big fat seams of platinum. Sorry, mate, that isn't happening. So platinum is incredibly unique. And it would be my case for absolute outperformer. People can talk about rhodium and some of the other one, they're a little bit smaller. Those are very thin markets. I'm not sure whether it should even be considered, but these guys are the winners, and it's the most undervalued. So I really like platinum.
Sorry to interrupt this episode, but I'd like to tell you more about what we do at Gold Republic. At Gold Republic, we provide physical gold, silver, and platinum, fully insured, fully in your name, fully allocated, in top-tier vaults, securely saved in Amsterdam, Zurich, and Frankfurt. No paper promises, just real ownership, full transparency on your name. We are fully regulated and conduct regular independent audits of our vaults, with more than 700 million euros of precious metals under custody and 70,000 investors that trust us in the last 15 years. Our top-rated app gives you full control. Track live prices, explore detailed charts, and buy or sell in just a few taps. Whether you're hedging against inflation, currency risks, or financial stability, at Gold Republic, we offer real assets to safeguard your generational wealth.